No, after class, everybody was like, Ikamulani, Ikamulani. Failed Zulu 3 times, guys. 3 times. What about me? How many times am I gonna fail this class? Like, how many times? Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Sora here again. So today, guys, I'm back with another video for you guys. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what you saw on the title, my first day in my Zulu class here in South Africa. So if you watch my videos, you know already that my first day in my Zulu class was crazy, because just picture me, a Congolese here in South Africa, in a Zulu class for the very first time. Guys, please watch this video until the end. You are going to laugh because it was crazy, it was funny, and it was just everything, you know. So without wasting your time, if it's the first time watching my video, welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back and thank you so much for your support. So without wasting your time, guys, let's go right into the juicy part. So my first day in my Zulu class as a Congolese who lives here in South Africa. So first of all, I am a Congolese, like I say, so I always like to introduce myself like this for people who are watching my videos for the first time, just for them to know where I am coming from and all those type of things. Okay, when I moved in this country, guys, I'm that type of a person who used to love school. You see those type of kids where, like, in their conversation it's only school, math, history, you know, those type of conversation. Like, I was that kid when people are having a conversation, they didn't want to include me. When they see me coming to the group where they were standing, they will change the topic because they know already that when I'm there, they're only gonna talk about school. And my dad was like, you also can't stay in the house, you're not gonna learn the language in the house, you have to go to school. I'm like, good, we are on the same page. So my dad couldn't find space around our house where we were staying because we arrived here a bit late, so they already closed the registrations and everything was like done. And thank God my dad managed to get us a school in the township, and there it was like super good, but it was just a little bit too far from my house, so we had to take a taxi and all those type of things, which was not a problem. Okay, so when I arrived at school, everything was great. Like, the school was like super beautiful. So I chose the subjects and everything was like good. And then they told me, I just found out that you have to choose a home language. Like, a home language. But in this paper that they gave us here, I'm not seeing my home language here. Like, my home language is not here. I speak Lingala in my house, I speak French in my house, and I'm not seeing it here. Like, what do you mean by home language? I already chose English and other subjects. What else do you want from me? So they started explaining to me that you have to choose either Zulu, it was Zulu, Pedi, and no, not Xhosa. It was 3. Zulu, Pedi, and another African language, guys. I ticked Zulu. And they told me if you fail Zulu, you fail the class. Yo, my life was even more crazy. Like, I started even stressing. I'm like, here I have to try my best. I really have to try my best to learn this, because even though my dad told me your first year it's not really for you to pass because you just have to know the language and all those type of things. If you pass, that's great, but you know, it's for you mostly to learn the language, which was good. But I still didn't want to fail, because when I arrived here in this country, they put me like one class behind. So now I'm starting to focus. So first time this Zulu teacher comes in our class, you know. The Zulu teacher comes in our class and she introduced herself. She's like, Ikamalami Usisi, what. She said her name, and she wanted us to introduce ourselves like one by one. Oh, thank God she didn't start with me. So one by one was standing, oh, Ikamalami Uvusi, and Ikamalami and all, you know, each and every person was introducing themselves. And now it's our turn. My neighbor was like, Ikamalami, Utobile, and stuff. My turn. I stood up. I was like, my name is Sarah, and then the teacher was like, and I'm like, now my name is Sarah. Like, yeah. It's Zulu class, it's Zulu class. And then my friend's like, no, say it in Zulu. And then the teacher was like, akakhuluma isiZulu. Yeah. And then I was there, and then my friend was like, say it in Zulu. And I just remembered what everybody was saying, you know. And then I was like, guys, I was so serious. Remember, it's already like working in my brain that I have to pass this subject, because if I don't pass this subject, I'm not gonna pass, like I'm gonna fail, and I don't want that to happen. And then I was there, so this is my first impression. Like, I have to impress my teacher, even if she knows that I can't speak Zulu, but if she sees that I'm trying, you know, maybe like she can change her mind. And then I was there, I'm like, Ikamula, Ikamulami, Ikamulami, Ikamulami Sarah. Ikamulami Sarah. You, everybody there was like, now they gave me a name, Ikamulami. So, like, they no, after class, everybody was like, Ikamulami, Ikamulami. It was crazy. But at least I tried, you know, like, I tried. So now every time when other teachers are coming, so now I was just like focusing on the teachers, the Zulu class, you know. I was more focusing on the Zulu class, because like, even if I pay attention to this one, if I play Zulu, I fail. And Zulu is the most difficult one for me. So now one day the Zulu teacher came. So now the Zulu teacher was not really paying much attention to me, because just imagine trying to teach me Zulu. You know, with me you have to go back to zero, like start with the alphabet, like A, B, C, D in Zulu, for me to like understand. And she doesn't have time for that, you know. I used to think maybe like, you know, this teacher, she's not good and all that, but now later on I started understanding that no, she was not really rude or bad. It's because, just imagine trying to teach me, like she had to go back to zero, so it's gonna make her be behind with whatsoever she wants to teach us, you know. So one day, it's for the presentation. They wanted us to present the weather and the news, you know. So now it must be 2-2. One person will be presenting the news and the other one will be presenting the weather. So they gave us a week to practice, which was cool. So my colleague and my colleague was supposed just to give me an easy part, because she's Zulu, she's a South African, she can still like defend herself, talk, but I was wrong when it comes to that. One thing I realize is that you can be a South African, that does not mean that you are going to pass Zulu, because that colleague of mine, like, she failed that grade like 3 times. I was even shocked. I'm like, why did you fail this grade 3 times? Because I failed Zulu. She passed everything, but she failed Zulu 3 times. And I found her there, like, she was still there. Then I'm like, if she's a South African and she failed Zulu 3 times, guys, 3 times, what about me? How many times am I gonna fail this class? Like, how many times? Like, so I'm like, that's friend of mine. So now we have to choose who's gonna say the news and who's gonna read the weather. She was just supposed to give me the easy one. I asked her, can I please read the news? Oh no, I already chose the news. I already chose the news. I begged her, like, she just didn't want. She chose the easy part. I'm like, you know what? There's nothing else I can do. I have to do this. Cool. The day comes. Guys, this was a test. This was not just a day or we practicing or nothing, guys. It was a Zulu test, and it was a very serious one. One by one we're passing in front. They arranged everything in front like it was very proper. So one by one we're passing. This one reads the news and the other one says the weather. So I was just like listening, and my teacher made sure, she made sure that we were the last one, guys. She really made sure that we were the last one. So everybody passed, and this one read the news. It doesn't matter what you guys are going to read the news, just anything, as long as one will be reading the news and the other one will be saying the weather. They finished. My turn, and my colleague, my teacher, was like, oh, wait a second. My teacher went out, called the other colleagues to come and watch me do the presentation. So you can see the pressure I was on, you know. So my teacher was sitting there and the other teachers were sitting at the back, you know, just to hear me, because everybody knew that I couldn't speak Zulu, but I'm in a Zulu class and all that. Yeah, so I was there like just waiting for my turn. So my colleague was there reading the news, and my heart was just like doo 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 doo. She's done reading the news. Now it's my turn. You can hear the class is quiet. Like the class is quiet because they want to hear words to words what I'm going to say. I stood up because it was also a good thing that I was the last one, because I also wanted to hear what people were going to say. I was there like, Isimo Esizulu. Lapa, so on the board, like we just presenting and showing everything that this is. I was there like making sure that I look. Isimo Esizulu. Lapa e Cape Town imvula izonoka kakhulu kakhulu. And lapa e Johannesburg imvula izonoka no. It's oh, so I wanted to say it's not gonna rain in Johannesburg. So to me, I already heard other people saying, so I got quite a few words, so I wanted to use those words because those are the only words that I knew in Zulu. And I practiced, you know, when I was practicing at home, the words were coming. My brother helped me because my brother can speak Zulu like fluently, like proper. My brother helped me, like I was really practicing. But when I stood up there in front, none of the words that my brother told me came out because it just disappeared. I don't know, because I was nervous, the other teachers were there, and the class was just too quiet for me. Like it was just crazy. I was there in Johannesburg, imvula izonoka, and then my teacher was like, in Johannesburg. I didn't know, guys. Johannesburg, there's also a Johannesburg word in Zulu. Cape Town, you don't say Cape Town, you say Kapa. In Durban, there's also, like, I didn't know that each and every province there is a word in Zulu for it. And some of the friends, they will be like, Josie, oh Kapa, Kapa. And then I'm looking, they say Kapa, Kapa. Then I'll be like, Ikapa, Ikapa, imvula izonoka kakhulu kakhulu. Oh, me, I made everywhere rain. Me, in that Isimo Esizulu, everywhere it was raining. And if it's not raining, I will say, imvula izonoka no, which is not gonna rain. It was just crazy, and you can see the teachers there at the corner. It was so crazy. They were laughing at me. They came out of that class because they couldn't hold it, and I was going on and on. Imvula izonoka lapa, imvula izonoka lapo, imvula izonoka here. So I was mixing Zulu. Everything was just in my Isimo Esizulu. I was just like all over the show. They were laughing, and it was even my teacher couldn't even like hold it. She just like went out, started laughing, and when she came back, I was like done with my Isimo Esizulu. It was just so crazy, but to me, I did my part. So that was good, and that day was just like so crazy, guys. It was so bad. Okay, bad and good at the same time, because I didn't like sit down, feel bad about myself. I'm like, I tried, I gave this a try, I just want to pass here, you know. So the day came, the following day, the teacher brought us the results and everything. Hey, guess how much I got? I got 7 out of 10, guys. 7 out of 10. Imagine if I didn't do it. Imagine if other people laugh at me and then I feel bad about myself, start crying. Guys, 7 out of 10. Even though I made everywhere rain, like it was raining, Ianoka Lapo, Ianoka Kukapa, Ianoka Ku, Johannesburg, Ianoka No. But I got 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. You know, so that's a bit of that, guys. That's what happened on my first day. Oh, not really first day. So this was my first day and my first test, my first Zulu test here in South Africa. So that was a bit of that, guys. That's what happened on my first Zulu test and my first day in my Zulu class. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining enough. So if you have any question, please leave it on the comment down below. I'll be very honored to answer your question. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video.